Hello, everybody. Welcome to Duckyworth's first Halloween live reaction. Yes, unfortunately, I was trying to get my first live reaction for Halloween or October to be that Scooby Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog crossover straight out of nowhere. But sadly, I tried recording it with that new technique that I did for Mr. Bug Goes to Town with the video at the bottom right and a whole load of filters put over it. But I think that the problem with that is that Mr. Bug Goes to Town is a film in the public domain, and Straight Out of Nowhere is not. So it got hit by it got blocked when I tried uploading it to YouTube. Even after I flipped the video and I tried putting like all those filters over it to disguise it. So I might have a go at converting it to audio only, the track of the film as well, but I don't know. Judging the songs in it, it might pick that up as well, so I might get in trouble for. I might get in trouble with that as well. So sorry that I had to cancel that live reaction, but I think I'm gonna keep on trying to do the recording for just doing the audio just with my reactions here, starting from now on, starting with my next live reaction for the 1949 Disney anthology film The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. They're adaptations of The Wind in the Willows and Sleepy Hollow. It has been a very long time since I've seen this film. I have seen adaptations of Sleepy Hollow and Wind of the Willows recently. The British Wind of the Willows adaptation with Rick Mayall was the most recent one that I saw, and that was a really good adaptation of that. And Sleepy Hollow, the Tim Burton film, was just on last night, so, and we just had a watch of some of it, me and my family, so that one's fresh in my mind. So I don't remember a whole lot from this anthology, to be honest. The main things that I remember. Brombones looking like Gaston's cousin, Mr. Winky being a rather forgettable villain in the Wind of the Willow segment. I actually had, just before I started doing this recording, I actually had to look up his name because I couldn't really remember him very well. And he actually does look a little bit like some kind of stereotype. Possibly Italian. I don't know. I'm just reading a comment that my friend Cartoon Animal Lover has just put on the status where I announce this here. That is a good point. I also remember I think Clyde. His name was that the name of the horse from the Wind of Willow segment, and of course the headless horseman bit, the bit that most people remember from this, and for good reason because it is a pretty awesome and a pretty frightening section of the film here. So I've got the film up on Disney Plus here, and I'm about to give it a watch. An hour and 8 minutes, so it isn't that long of a film. So be a little bit of a nicer break from because I do often have a watch of pretty long films, so this would be a bit of a change. So okay, here we go, everybody. I'm gonna start pressing play on Disney Plus now. 3, 2, 1, play. Well, first I just need to get a Disney Plus to load here. Just this moment. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's starting. Contains tobacco depictions. I still think it's a bit odd they put warnings for that. Bing Crosby relating the story of Ichabod Crane from The Legend of Sleepy Hollow by Washington Irving. And Basil Rathbone, who was Sherlock Holmes at one point, narrating the story of Mr. Toad from The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Grahame. Eric Blaw, Pat O'Malley, John Ployart, Colin Campbell, Campbell Grant, Claude Allister, and Riv Mares. Special processes at Ub Iwerks. Because I think I heard that at one point they were thinking about putting Wind of the Willows and Sleepy Hollow into two separate Disney films, but because of World War II, unfortunately, cutting most of their workforce, they decided to combine it together into a one film here. I've just got a little bit of trivia just on the side here. Oh, that's a nice little candle lit stained glass window there. Oh, that reminds me, I need to see Disney's Pinocchio again at some point because it's been a long time since I've last seen that. Oh, the live action here just reminds me of the segment from Fun and Fancy Free that just looked weird. And Robin Hood, I need to see that as well too. And Sword in the Stone. I don't recognise Becky Sharp, but also I need to see Oliver and Company again at some point. I think Becky Sharp was a Vanity Fair. The first time I remember Mr. Toad was in House of Mouse. Funnily enough, I think he stole Max's car at some point. Toad's interest's constantly changing. It's just like me whenever I try to. Oh, the cousin of Basil there, because that looks a lot. And of course, Rat and Mole were also the charity workers in Mickey's Christmas Carol. That's where I first saw them. Oh, and Toad was Fezziwig, I think. Late for tea. That's not a very good thing for any Englishman. Okay, the narration was going by a bit quick there. I find this interesting. It's like you have it's like you have the humans and the animals in the same world, and they are to scale. It's like a lot of It's like because I remember in a Robin Hood, it was like the animals were all like roughly the same size. Never trust people with first names Thaddeus, because it wasn't the villain of An American Tail, didn't he have that name? Oof. He looks like what was the name of him? Isn't there a Ducktales character that wears a very similar clothing? I do remember Badger in the one Wind of the Willows adaptation that I saw. He was actually pretty menacing in that, but in here he's just like reminds me of Scrooge McDuck. But his mouth wasn't moving. I just noticed. That lip syncing. His lip sync was terrible. Oh, and Rat even has Basil's hat there. Okay, they definitely drew inspiration for Basil's design from a Rat here. And the pipe. I like Mole. Mole was always probably my favourite one out of the Wind of the Willows characters. Oh, I wonder if I should watch that animated Wind of the Willows for a adaptation at some point. I mean, a live reaction at some point. Cyril, that's it. Cyril. What did I call him? What did I? Yeah, there he is. What did I call him? Clyde. Why did I call him Clyde? It has been a long time since I've seen this, but it is a little bit weird that the other animals are like anthropomorphic, but Cyril here is isn't. In particular, we're merrily, 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 merrily away. The roads are perpendicular. I do remember this song being a cool one. Oh yes, and they're going to be wrecking havoc all around the countryside. Unfortunately, that's true to what a toad usually does through 3/4 of his pastime. And whether there's some sound effects there that seem to be, or is the sound mixing just a bit quiet? Yeah, some of the lip sync seems to be a little bit off with some of the characters. I mean, it's excusable because of like the like they didn't have very many they didn't have very many people working for Disney at some point, just war. And the animation still looks really good. I think Toad's got a bad case of FOMO. Who voiced Cyril? Let me just have a look. Just looking up J. Pat O'Malley. Oh yes, and he was in quite a few other Disney films. Oh, and he was also Mr. Winky, Tweedledum and Tweedledee, Walrus and the Carpenter, Mother Oyster, Jasper and McCurnell. Gosh, yeah. I can see why many people. It's like Toad is a little bit of a. Toad is a little bit of a bit spoiled when it comes to how much he just like doesn't seem to care about any of his any of his money, like just blowing it on like all of his newer pastimes he has. But I think it's like the voice actors that wait, his trousers came back. Yeah, just another colour. Yeah, his trousers came back. All right, Governor. Hello, Governor. Oh, that just reminds me of a regular show episode. Oh, it's a nice little car there. Oh, now his trousers are pink again. Poop, poop. That's something that's always. Yeah, this was a pretty good and pretty close adaptation, judging by like all of the other ones I've seen that get a lot of these similar. Oh no, there's just pants again. Maybe his real mania is vanishing and reappearing and disappearing trousers. As someone who is autistic, I get the feeling that he's got some kind of severe autism when it comes to like his like every time he comes across something new, he feels like he just has to. It just takes over his mind, and he just has to. I still kind of prefer a Rick Miles take on Toad, but this guy is doing good too. Miles' expressions remind me a lot of Mickey Mouse. Looking at him here. They forgot the window. Yeah, yeah. Or it was just the fact that they forgot to lock the windows there. Oh dear. Oh god. Oh, thank goodness I've got subtitles on. Wow, that guy can talk quick. What? Can't jump in the crown. Oh gosh, that guy has got a Bruce Campbell chin. I like how he climbs up. They have to climb up onto the chairs for like the. And I do remember that in every adaptation, like the Judge is always like this character that's willing to do anything to get him locked up. You're feeding the witness. Right all. Milord. Even as a British person, I know Milord, but Milord. Where did Lud come from? Ah. How can you yell at that face? Proud Bottom. That is a rather unfortunate surname there. It looks like the horse from Lucky Luke now that I think about it. Oh, he's got a coat on though now. Oh god. Oh, oh wow, he can bend down. That is even one short horse, so that is one very tall guy if he was able to just like push him down like that. Oh, okay, now he's walking on two legs. I wonder if Cyril got away from Pecos Bill and now he's now he's in England. Oh, look at those socks. Oh, the weasels, yes. Yes, I love these guys. I love how they animate them. And if I remember correctly, weren't they like the first characters that hang on, let me just I just need to look up a bit of a trivia here. Ugh. No, inhaling fumes from the car like that, I think he's had something wrong with his brain. Well, something worse. Ugh. Yeah, there's Mr. Winky with a very strange and borderline. Another very unfortunate name. Have I taken a break from trying to get Roger Rabbit? Is that why they're in here now? Anyway, the thing I was trying to say, I think I heard that from somewhere that the weasels were the first characters that were wholly animated by a female animator. I think. Oh, his chin. Stretch his chin more. Well, I've heard of worse things that people have traded their houses for. Still, you trade a house for a car. Yes, call Mr. Weird Teeth. Yeah, but other than his design, I don't remember anything about this guy. He's not a very memorable villain. All he does is just have stop fiddling with your hair and your mustache. Yeah. I remember the first time I saw this, I thought it was voiced by Mel Blanc. I like how he's just about getting ready to leave. Yeah, when I first saw this, I thought it was voiced by Mel Blanc. I think it's that bit there with monkey monkey face little rumpot. I think that's probably goes into a bit more of the uh Mr. Toad not in right mind. Uh I think you can tell that just by looking at him. One thing I remember, oh, it's not even Halloween yet. It's too early for Christmas. I haven't had a white Christmas for like ages. I think one thing that I've noticed in like Disney films is that it's like in the traditionally animated ones, it's like snow barely changes. It seems looks very similar. I mean, you can't really. I do kind of prefer in like some of the other adaptations when where they go into a bit more of a bit more into like the home lives of like all the other animals. Maybe all the other characters. Maybe if they had maybe if they were able to make like a longer adaptation of it like they wanted originally, they could have fit that in. I mean, not saying this isn't a bad adaptation, but still. Oh gosh, that guy looks a bit like Dawson as a human. Yes. How'd you fit that underneath that veil? Oh, you fit into drag quite nicely, don't you? I love his facial expressions. Yeah. That just reminds me of that really crazy bit in Winnie the Pooh when a rabbit goes nuts when he gets lost in the woods. That bit freaked me out as a child. And yet another Disney film that I need to see again. Wow, he can run fast in heels, can't he? Uh, those aren't the most effective police dogs if they just A, they run right past, and B, they can't smell him. Wow, he's got a very pronounced posterior in that get up, doesn't he? Hello, little lady. Oh god, my gosh. Oh, it's his oh, it's his oh, it's his chain and ball. I was gonna say that is very thick. Oh no, he's gonna hijack Casey Jr. And Dumbo's one that I haven't seen in ages. Ages too. Oh, we can get another train up quick, aren't we? Because I think I'm in the original story. I think he disguises himself as like this disguise is given to him by Vijayala's daughter, and he dress it and he disguises himself as as a yeah. You're wasting bullets by doing that. You oh now you stop shooting. You're doing the stormtroopers from Star Wars proud with your really terrible aiming. Anyway, he dresses up as a washerwoman and then he escapes on a train that way. Uh, even though toads can, even though toads are perfect, even though toads are amphibians, I don't think they can. I don't think they can breathe underwater. So you might want to. So you might want to get yeah, get to high ground. Eh. Speaking of Wind in the Willows, there was another film that I saw, Willows in Winter. That's a really good one. That I recommend. the warmth of. I mean, other than Hunchback of Notre Dame, it's not very often you see flat out, flat out references to Christianity in Disney films. Aw. I don't know, that was just a little bit strange, but. Oof, flump. He's able to fit that. He's able to fit that up his dress perfectly fine, isn't he? His expression there. Well, I mean, in this case, I mean, even though he broke out of prison, he didn't actually in this adaptation. He didn't. He technically, it was actually technically a perfectly fine. It was actually a perfectly fine business transaction if he gave him Toad all. It was just that Winky lied. So I can kind of see why they made that change why Disney made that change to make him not a bit more likable. What was his face? Did you see that one there? Stereotype. It's only a matter of time until Judge Doom comes by. Unless that judge from earlier is Judge Doom in a disguise. And that explains why the weasels are there. Ah, you're not humans, though. What kind of name is Winky, anyway? Because he wasn't in the original story. It was just like, I heard he's supposed to be. He might have been like anthropomorphization of the head weasel, but why not? Why didn't we just make it the head weasel? I mean, Cyril fits the story, but Winky just seems a bit out of place. Oh, well, he can't have been that good a guard if he didn't hear you talking earlier. Oh, well, we managed to get under the bridge quickly that way. Wait, why do I have a guard? If that's a secret entrance, you would think I have a guard there. That's a pretty dangerous place to sleep inside that bear skin. Wait a minute, they have in a world of anthropomorphic animals, it is a little bit weird they've got a bear skin there. I mean, what's the divide when it comes to anthropomorphic and not? Oh, okay, this guy's quick on his feet. Yeah, maybe he should have that paper locked away somewhere, not just in his person. But he's not the smartest guy. Oh. What is that like? That what was that? Wasn't there something like in one of the Disney films? There's something similar happened where, or in another film where they thought that one of the characters was a teddy bear or something. Oh, nice one, Mole. There's just something about the way that Disney animates the body language of weasel characters I really like. Yeah, it was just. Oh, you just saw it and you. I like that triple slap there. The weasels are definitely the most. I mean, just in the way that they're drawn here, it's just like they're pretty entertaining villains. Oh, so I get a little bit of inspiration. Oh, that's smart, making a paper plane there. I get the idea that they drew a bit of inspiration in Great Mouse Detective when it came to like the brawls that took place in some areas. It looks a bit similar to this here. Oh, smart one, Toad. His voice changed. Well, wasn't Winky's voice much more high pitched earlier? And where do we keep getting those daggers from? Ouch. Oh God. Yeah, I think I remember that bit. Just maybe scared me a little bit when I was younger. Just they held Mole down and they're about to behead him. Oh, and Winky just vanished because he's not really a character. that one weasel's face there. But yeah, I don't really care much for Winky as a villain. He's not memorable. I just don't think he's very interesting of a villain. J. Freddy's Toad retires to county estate into the bosom of his friends. That sounds a bit suggestive. I mean, I know different times, but retire the bosom. Oh, well, that is actually something that was similar to the sequel book that was made because he was enamored enamored by airplanes in the second story. Uh, I can't really say I envy him because going from thing to thing and never being satisfied. That is something that I wouldn't be very envious of. Oh, here's Bing Crosby. Some more that have been adapted into like shorts in some of the compilation films. Oh, he was a schoolmaster in the original one. The main thing I remember is him being the detective in the Tim Burton one. Sorry. Just whenever someone says bosom, I just think of something else. Ew. And Christopher Walken making really, really spiky tough faces. Ew. Oh gosh, he's a very skinny man. Wow. Oh gosh, it looks like a bird when he looks about there. It looks like an ostrich. God, look at his physique there. He's very similar to me in that physique there. Ye old schnooker and schnapps. Oh, that guy on the right there with a pipe in his mouth looks high. Oh, hey, look, it's Gaston's cousin. But I do remember, Brombones simply being just a prankster and not as big as a jerk as Gaston is. Yeah, no malice in his mischief there. And one thing I think that's funny, because isn't Brombones supposed to be like the antagonist of this section here? But I don't know, he seems like a pretty swell guy, even if he is getting the animals to reenact over Pink Elephant segment. The way he walks. Um, what, is it really about Witty skinny man? Yeah, another thing that's similar to me. Lean and lanky skin and bones with clothes a scarecrow would hate to own. Uh. Oh, another thing I just need to say about this. With Bing Crosby doing the songs here, of course all of them are pretty good, are really good here. Pan? What's a pan? Wait, uh, you just stole that. You just stole that pie. Pedagogue meaning. Oh, a teacher, especially a strict and pedantic one. I just looked up a description there. Oh God, look at how big his hands are, and he's got a waist that, looks like a in nowadays it would become a social media influencer in terms of figures. Oof. Uh, Yet another weird thing. Back when it was common to smack children for misbehaving. Ugh. And yet another thing he has in common with me, he eats He's like a human rubbish disposal, but he never puts on weight. Gets around. Considering what that means, uh, yeah, but it doesn't. He seems to have much better. He seems to be a much bigger charmer than me. So the comparisons are ending here. Ugh. Why have they shuddered there? Okay, that dog howling would be like me when I tried to. Why I flutter her eyes. Uh, he's just nicking. Oh, who's this? This looks like a. Oh, this is a Katrina Van Tassel. Uh, plump as a partridge. Well, I mean, she definitely looks. Well, I mean, in terms of cleavage, but other than that, that corset looks a bit tight on you, miss. You know what? She looks a little bit like it's like with the clothing. With the clothing, it looks a little bit like Bo Peep. Uh, Wait, what? What's she doing? She's trying to guide everyone everywhere to. Uh. Oh, so she really gets around as well. Right, was he just going to eat a whole chicken there? um. Well, to be honest, I've sometimes felt so hungry I could eat my hat. It is a little bit weird how like some of the characters, like their eyes are. Uh. Yeah, she's not a prize to be won. Uh. You've just met her. Uh. Wow. What is? He's just. Yeah. What if she doesn't? You're already interested in getting farm and a father's farm and a property. Yeah. Ichabod's a bit of a jerk, isn't he? Oh. Oh my god. Yeah, Ichabod's a jerk. He's already imagining Katrina out of a. He's already imagining Katrina out. Sorry, Baltus out of a picture, and just marrying Katrina for her money. And are we supposed to be caring for Ichabod here? Because I honestly prefer the I honestly prefer the Tim Burton version of Ichabod. Yeah, for all we know, they may actually care about her. Oh no, I also like the fact that Katrina, she sees, and also like the fact that she sees someone trying to hit on her, and she doesn't falter straight away. Oh, oh wow, she's fickle. uh, who am I supposed to be sympathising for here? Uh, Mate, calm down. It's a handkerchief. Yeah. Uh, meet me. Hey, another comparison to a bird there. Maybe he's related to Roadrunner. Katrina, you are a little bit uh I was going to say that she doesn't that she isn't really trying to be yeah, and I mean the thing is Brom doesn't really seem to be malicious, isn't malicious. So I honestly feel a bit bad for Brom here. Okay, that was pretty funny. Wait, where'd his hat go? Uh, yeah, steal flowers. Yeah, that's really. If it didn't work for Victor Quartermain. Actually, one thing I heard was that in the original story, Ichabod was actually pro. Oh gosh, he turned into Wreck-It Ralph. He looked like Wreck-It Ralph there. Is that when it came to like the original story, Ichabod actually had a lot of alternative character interpretation as well as here. And I think the whole story is actually ambiguous about Katrina and Brom as well. And it feels a little bit. It feels a little bit like Katrina's just a little bit. It's like with how quickly Katrina fell for Ichabod and how she just like ran up. Okay. You were cordially invited to attend a frolic at Minor Min here, Bolt. Oh, here we go. Halloween. Oh, she's playing them against each other. She's playing them against each other for. She's just. To be honest, I think Brom is probably the most. Is probably the most sympathetic one here. He seems like the most. He seems like Brom seems like the most sympathetic one here because Ichabod's out. Ew. Yeah, that's yeah, chalk. That's really gonna make it look nice. Because I mean, Katrina seems to be playing up Ichabod and Brom's rivalry for kicks, and Ichabod is only after Katrina for her money. And Brom, I mean, he's only a little prankster, but he seems to be the one that gets pushed around the most. Mine ear, that's it. Is it like a title? Oh. Yeah, have this so I can kill you quicker so I can get your money. Well, that's probably what I was thinking. Oh. Oh. Aw. Oh, I don't dance with her. Oh. Well, if I can be perfectly honest, I actually prefer the little lady in a green here. I mean, she's definitely more lively, and she isn't playing Ichabod and Brom against each other for kicks. So yeah, I mean, she's a bit energetic, but still, I'd prefer the little lady in green here. Ugh, God. And you know what? She has a very similar face to I think it was like the harp in Fun and Fancy Free and the love interest in the Pecker's Bill one. She doesn't look very special, Katrina, if I can be honest. What are you doing? Yeah, Brom. Oh, God, poor lady. What kind of dance move is that? Just putting your finger on your head and then just moving your foot like 180 degrees. Oh. This is almost like if Gaston got thrown out of his own party. Just judging by the decor in here. Ooh, here we go. Oh. Yeah, put the salt over your shoulders. It's supposed to dispel the bad luck from knocking it over. Oh, here we go. Here's the best part. And it gets late. Right, midnight. Oh, I love that guy. Why do I get the feeling that's where they got the design for Antonigo from a Ratatouille inspiration? Well, to be honest, it is pretty cathartic to see Ichabod losing shit here. There's the headless horseman. He's the worst. For parts unknown, where they. Well, yeah, and she's just laughing at him, getting embarrassed here, even if he does deserve it. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I need to put my candle in my jack-o'-lantern I made recently. I love this animation that they do on a Ichabod getting nervous here. It's like how much detail there is. And this, like the detail on that when he's looking at cutting the hair there. Can you do anything other than smile and just laugh? I saw one comment a little bit ago. Someone said that Katrina is like Bella Swan, except she can smile. I think that's a bit harsh, but still, I can see some reason why people would say that. Oh, because that's like in the Tim Burton version. I remember that it was when he passed over the when they passed over the bridge, the headless horseman wouldn't follow them. Oh, here we go. I remember I love the atmosphere at this bit. Because this is genuinely scary, this part, I remember. Good. Good. You can't steal everyone else's food or hit on someone for the money here. That is one skinny horse. Just looking. I better be careful, Ichabod. You're going to come across Snow White running through the haunted forest here. And if you try marrying her for her money, then shame on you. Oh, I love that. The clouds looking like hands closing over the moon there. Oh, and the detail that they put on painting this here. And again, this bit here, the animation there when he's like licking his lips nervously when when he starts whistling. Is that horse asleep? Is that horse isn't responding at all to anything? Oh gosh. And I heard that Ichabod's singing voice was done by Bing Crosby, but when it comes to like his screams and like his other noises at this bit, that was actually provided by Pinto Colvig. And I swear, like these voices that seemingly say Ichabod, I swear that that was also in the Tim Burton version as well. They like used that idea. It's Wednesday. Never reads from Wednesday. Even though we cared more about Snow White than I do about Ichabod, this is still it doesn't still makes this a pretty creepy segment here. I like how his horse is just done. His horse is just snoozing. Look at his legs. Uh, yeah, you might not want to. You might not want to put your nose up against the horse's posterior there, Ichabod. And I also like in this bit in the Disney version. I also like how there's like this ambiguity. Like, is it really Ichabod getting chased by the headless horseman, or is it just him losing his mind and like maniacal laughter? The subtitles say. What was more saying it? Oh, you cannot mistake that laugh. That laugh is easily one of the best evil laughs ever. There he is. Who voiced the headless horseman? I'll have to look up because that laugh is perfect for the character here. And how much detail they put into the characters, like losing it, how Ichabod and horse going mad, going terrified, is really good. Even if that scream from Ichabod is a little bit strange. What good's that going to do, Ichabod? You're just pulling your horse there. And when I saw the headless horseman, did he actually have blood stains on his sword? Oh no, I think it was just for lighting. Yeah, the shadows there. I love that. I love the headless horseman. Hurry, headless horseman! You run out of time. Yeah, that's the horse's butt there. God, okay, that's a pretty messed up concept there. Just shoving your nose down a headless creature's throat, neck. That is a pretty messed up concept there. And like, what would you see if you looked down there? The horse's hair keeps disappearing. That exaggerated way that Ichabod just spun when he noticed when he was off his horse. Uh, okay, yeah, stopping was a bit of a daft idea, wasn't it? You probably should have kept running. To be honest, I think Ichabod's large nose would be, and his face there would be a bit more off-putting than a jack-o'-lantern, to be honest. I played off your rivalry with someone in order for kicks. Isn't that great? To be honest, it would have been. To be honest, that would have been a happier ending. The headless horseman spiriting away there, because anyone that Ichabod marries, that would not be a very happy marriage, according to how this version of Ichabod hacks. Yep. Okay, see you later, Bing Crosby. So, that was Ichabod and Mr. Toad. And what were my thoughts on that after it's been a long time since I've seen this film last? I did enjoy it. I really did enjoy it. I mean, obviously, I know that given it's Halloween, the most fitting segment would be the Sleepy Hollow segment, and in particular the Headless Horseman part. But I do really enjoy both parts, and in particular the Wind of a Willow segment as well. Really, I mean, I don't know if it was just like Katrina was just like pitting Brom and Ichabod against each other just to play it off. But I heard that was just like one of the alternative character interpretations when it comes to just like because again that all three of the characters, Ichabod, Katrina, and Brom, I heard them in the original story. They were pretty, they were kept pretty ambiguous in terms of what they really wanted. It's like there was a lot of ways that you could interpret their goals and their characters, but I still think that Brom was that in this case. I mean, he was actually the more likable of the three, I think, and. And I see that more. I don't really see that bit with Ichabod getting spirited away as tragic. In this version, I see it as being pretty cathartic. He was just coming on. He was hitting on he was seemingly just like hitting on all the ladies in the town in order to just get their money and their food. And he was trying to marry Katrina just for her money, and was already imagining Baltus Van Tassel being dead and him just saying, oh poor Katrina, I will take care of all of your farm and all your lovely green stuff and all your money for you. I didn't really, Ichabod wasn't a very nice character. I just think. I mean, other than even if I did relate a bit to his large appetite and his body and his physique seemed similar to mine, I didn't like Ichabod very. I mean, I see that more as being like a cathartic thing of the main character being taken down a few pegs. Just for yeah. Honestly, I prefer Brom Bones, and I do think that I think the lady. I think the lady with one of in the green, Tilda, I think her name is. Yeah, I honestly prefer her when it comes to sympathetic characters here. I felt bad for her when Brom looked at her and he cringed. Oh, God, Brom, you may be more likable than Ichabod, but still, that was a bit harsh. But yeah, the atmosphere of all that part, like the build up, especially when it came to the talking about the town being rooted in superstition, like the animation and and of course the headless horseman part, that was really really brilliant, and it did have some really good. As much as I didn't like Ichabod very much, I think the bits with him and Brom, like their feud, that had quite a fair few good slapstick bits. And of course, the Wind and Willow segment was really good as well. Cyril, I think, was a good character to add to it. He was pretty funny. And I just didn't think that Mr. Winky was that memorable of a villain. I don't remember very much about him at all, apart his design being a bit weird and a little bit questionable, but I think I still agree with my friend who said that his design looks Italian rather than. I mean, with the teeth, I thought that they were trying to go for like a bad Chinese stereotype, but given the outfit that he was wearing, probably Italian was more what they were going for there. But either way, and I can see a little bit why that they made. Instead of just having Toad just take and wreck the car and then get arrested for that and getting away scot-free, I do appreciate it that Disney made Toad a little bit more likeable in that it was a false charge that he was arrested on. And I don't blame him for wanting to get out there, and they managed to clear his name rather than in the original story where he pretty much evaded consequences for his crime for actually stealing and actually nicking the motor car there. And of course, even though there were some bits like with the animation and like some of the lip syncing that did falter a little bit, but that was likely due to World War II and the issues with the workforce fighting in the war. But the animation was still really good, and I did really like vocal performances and everything that was in this, and it was fun. I think they were pretty fun segments to watch, and I did really like watching this again. And of course, the Sleepy Hollow segment with the Headless Horseman was very fitting for this time of year. And I also, while watching this, I reminded myself of many more Disney films that I need to watch again at some point. Dumbo, Oliver and Company, Great Mouse Detective, Robin Hood. Many more films that I haven't seen for a while that I need to watch again. And Melody Time and Fun and Fancy Free. I remember that I need to see in a future live reaction. But for my next live reaction in this October, which film shall I be perusing next? Well, let's have a look-see at the poll that I have here. And it looks like the winner is a film that I drew a fan art for a little bit ago, and I've been wanting to see again for a long, long time. The 1986 film adaptation of Little Shop of Horrors. Yes, it's time to go to Skid Row and visit Audrey 2 for the next live reaction, and I'll be going back to doing the audio reactions for these ones, so I don't need to worry with any copyright issues. So, and I am really looking forward for that one. And I did enjoy watching Ichabod and Mr. Toad again. So, I'll see you soon next time, my fellow children of the night. Hope you have a nice evening, and you're careful when heading home tonight, and you rush for any bridges nearby, and you don't have any mysterious figures on horseback with jack-o'-lanterns chasing you down, or you just keep on a lookout for jerk-ass school teachers who want to marry you for your money and just nicking all your food. That's probably the scarier one of the two there. So, talk to you later, my fellow children of the night. Duckyworth out. Bye, everybody.